The point is to be aware of what is going on, because ideology can only work on people who do not even know what is happening to them. But ideology stop working on people who are fully aware that this is ideological. Uh, Ideologies can only work on people who are not aware of what is happening to them. So that is the thing. But let me give you an example. I was watching a debate on Al Jazeera between some Russians who are anti-Putin, and a Russian who is not even a pro-Putin, but who is also anti-Putin, but he's trying to be objective. One group was there saying, "Oh, Putin is dead, he's killing people, blah blah blah." The other group was there saying, "Oh, this just the same repetition that you hear on mainstream media." And the other one who wanted to have a conversation about facts, like why does he have high approval ratings in his country, and what has he done to Russia that can factually be explored and discussed, and where is it coming short and all stuff. So this is the mindset he was coming into the debate. And it's a guy that I've met myself in Russia, when I went for my own research there. Very, very popular guy in Russia. Almost everybody knows him. He used to be a mouthpiece for the Soviet Union when the Soviet was still working. So he's a guy who's been around the block. He is well versed, he knows well. He's not even a pro-Putin or anything. But he really tries to become a fair and balanced journalist and discuss facts. That was the mindset he came into the debate, and that is the framework he explained to the journalists who invited him for the debate, that I'm not coming for a debate, I'm going to come in to have a conversation on facts. What has Putin done for his country? Why is approval rating so high? And what are the things that is not doing right, and where is it coming short, and blah blah blah. See, that is a fair conversation. The other two Russians were coming in with very much ideologies, because they were sponsored and financed mostly, you could tell, by Western powers who are very anti-Russian. So all the premise that they were of their talks at the opening of the debate were very ideological. Oh, this and that, and putting a killer is this and that, blah, blah, blah. Nothing factual, no anything, no proven anything. By the time the first two had already given the preliminary talk, they got to the main veteran guy. I say thank you. Before I answer the question, first I want to thank you for inviting me and everything and all that. But what I want to say is, I understand that this conversation is a purely ideological conversation, and I'm not interested. I told you from the beginning I was not coming in an ideological conversation, because I already know how this is going to go. I know what I'm going to say. I know what they're going to say, and I know how this is going to end. I am not interested in ideological debates. He removed his microphone, removed everything, and left. Everybody was just left like, oh my gosh. And he's a Putin guy, he's a this, and they started again. See, that is what I'm talking about. He got my respect. I have videos of him and everything. I mean, I interviewed him, and he's the guy. So that is what I'm saying. When you know, right? When you know, you can see it miles away. And that is the work we're doing. It's not subverting what? I just described to you how that is how he chose to confront ideologies. That was his choice, because he completely saw them miles away. He saw them a million miles away, right? And he put them in their boxes. He put them in their place. He said, I've been around the block long enough, and I completely see through you guys. You can still affect and change some weak minds and people who don't even know what is happening. You cannot. A veteran like me. That was his own way of showing them that he's above that. And for people who are enlightened enough, they can appreciate that, right? So that you can define it as subversion, but that is how you deal with that. That's how you react to that. You know, let me give you an example. There is a young girl here, Taiwanese. She used to be a student of mine, really nice, and we met once. We had lunch, and I really appreciate her brain, and she's all that, and I help her a lot, because she wants to work as in airline companies and all that. So, and I give her advice and all that thing. So she really appreciate that and all that, right? So, and in December last year, I sent her a message. I'm like, oh, whoa. No, she sent me a message saying that she's going to be working very hard for the next 3 months because she is planning to, do some exam and tests and all that. And I was like, whoa, that means that you will not find it any time to hang out with me during these Christmas holidays, Like, in a way, I was saying, do you at least will find some time so we hang out and all that, right? Beginning of December, like, she disconnected, like she did not respond anything, and we were really, really good friends. She did not respond anything until last 3 or 4 days ago. She came back. She sent me a message. Oh, I'm sorry for the last 3 months. I've really been out of touch, and because I feel like you supported me a lot, you really helped me a lot, but because I helped her, she applied for different things for a company, but it's challenging. You cannot just become a hostess like it's very challenging. So I get that. She says she felt bad because she kept not getting the jobs, and she just felt guilty and blah, blah, blah. That's why she disconnected. Bogus excuse, right? The real reason was she wanted me to write her a recommendation letter because she was applying for another company, airline company, and they wanted a recommendation letter. And she told me the first person she thought about was me. And she said, if I can please help her write that, right? I say, oh, no problem. When is the deadline? She said, oh, they just told me yesterday that the deadline is Saturday. And she's talking to me on Thursday. And I'm like, well, I cannot do anything until Saturday because I work all day Friday. And then she's, okay, thank you for your hard work. The same platitude that she always send there to show she really care or nice, but that's not the case. So I sent her a message. I say, I will do it. I will write you a letter, a recommendation letter, but I want to let you know what you're doing. So this is how I interpret what you're doing, and this is why it's very disrespectful. I asked you about 3 months ago if you can find time for us to hang out. You disappear. You don't even bother to respond to me. You disappear. And right when you really, really need my help, really, then you come back. So you just think about me when I can be of a benefit to you. But when I ask if we can hang out, I'm not asking anything from you, but just hang out and spend time. That you can't even bother to answer me. So do you understand what you've done there? So this, and then she felt bad, and she comes in like, oh, blah blah blah, after the failure, blah blah blah, and then this, I figured that I should just do a thing for myself and blah blah blah. And then she tells me what the airline is asking her to do. So, and then this is what I tell her. I want you to know that I feel like you didn't care about me for almost 3 months, and right when you need me, that's when you reach out. See, ideology. You tell the people what they're doing. Either they know that they're doing that, or they don't even know, but you tell them that I know what you are doing, and that puts them off. Now from there, see how she started feeling bad. Oh, if make you this, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, I apologize, oh, I can explain to you, oh, thank you, and oh, this is, oh, she started all kind of stuff. And then, I know, and then I explained to her again what I just want you to know that this behavior, this is how it's being interpreted. I know what you're doing. And she said, oh, I know, I really feel sorry, I didn't mean it. And then they actually begin to see that, oh, this guy actually, he can see through me, and then that will straighten them up. Thank you for, I don't really know how to forgive, you can forgive me, forget her English because, it's not her primary language, but I'm totally wrong, I'm so sorry, I really blah blah blah, I will not make that mistakes again, right? So you see how knowledge can make you see through things that people do, thinking that you're still stupid. So when you say, how do you circumvent this thing? It's by the work that we're doing. To know, to let people know that I can see through you. And we need to educate more of the people, who are not aware of what is happening.